Hello and welcome to my introduction to my Pan Those Eyeshadows project. Pan Those Eyeshadows was first created by Alexi and I'll have her channel linked down below. I am also doing a Pan That palette and I'm having a palette each month where I have to use all of the shadows in that palette at least once in that month. So that is a separate project. I'm doing those two as my general Pan That palette and accompanying palette. So go and check out the video. I will have it linked below if you want to go and see that. But this is going to be my introduction to my Pan Those eyeshadows. I've listed out all of my eyeshadows in my collection and I'm going to randomly generate one which will be my eyeshadow where I have to try and hit pan on that shade, or I'm setting myself a rule that I can roll it out after 30 uses if I want to, if I'm really struggling. I might change that rule, and if I do hit 30 uses I can decide to continue using it if I'm close to pan, if I'm not close to pan, just however I feel. That is my plan. So I'm going to pick one eyeshadow from my palette and then I'm going to also pick two eyeshadows from my single eyeshadows, and then in a separate video each month I'm going to create a 9-pan palette around the two single shadows that I have, because I might not necessarily change those each month, but I'll see how I feel. But that way I've got something to centre my palettes that I build each month around. So I'm going to start by drawing my eyeshadows from my palette. So in my palettes I have 149 eyeshadows. I do technically have, in this palette, my Tasty Beauty Volume 1, I have 6 shimmer shades, I have 6 glitter shades, but I'm excluding these from all of my project pans because I'm never going to buy other glitters. These are going to be my glitters. I will only wear them on special occasions, and when I do I will use them. When I wouldn't use them I won't use them, so that's not something that I really want to include in this project. I will take out eyeshadows if I hit pan on them. So if I hit pan on any of these shades or if I hit any additional pans, then I won't be able to generate that one. But say it is in the palette for that month or in my Pan That palette, then that's fine as long as I don't already have pan on them. So the eyeshadow from a palette that I am going to be working on this, my first Pan Those eyeshadows will be number 145, which is from my Colourpop The Child palette, which is actually my newest palette, and it is Babyface, which is this mint green. Now, as I've literally only just got this palette, I doubt that I'm going to hit pan, or want to. I probably will roll this out after 30 uses, but that is my first shade for the Pan Those eyeshadows. And so now I will pick two shades that will be my single shadows to try and hit pan on, and I have got 100 single shadows, so I've just changed my max to 100. I can't believe how nice that is, that it's 100, and it won't be for long because I'm planning on depotting another Morphe palette and I've asked for one single shadow for Christmas, so it won't be a neat 100 ever again, but for now it is. So my first single eyeshadow is going to be number 65, which is from my Beauty Bay Brights eyeshadow palette. I will need to look at a reference photo on my phone. I haven't actually gone through and numbered the backs of all of them, so I need to look at my reference picture to see what colour that one is. And then my second shadow, single shadow, will be number 86, which is a single depotted from a Revolution palette. So I will go get those two shades and I will be back. So these are all of the 3 shades that I pulled. This is number 65. It's the 30th shade in my Beauty Bay Brights palette. The shade is actually called Lagoon. I'm going to go through and write on the backs of them all, because as you can see I don't have anything on the back of this at the moment, but I will go through my spreadsheet and do that. So far I've just numbered them and I count across palettes like you'd read a book. And then this is the 5th shade. I have numbered these from the Revolution palette, so I'm going to swatch these 3 on the back of my hand for you now. So these are the 3 shades that I've got. This bright blue I think will either be in here a very long time or I will end up rolling out. So I'm going to set myself a mini goal of 10 times. I think I'm going to say for any bright colours I'm going to set myself a goal of 10, and for neutral colours it will be 30 before. This baby face I'm going to leave at the normal 30 because for me, I like green looks. Just means that whenever I do a green look I'm going to have to use this. And just to add in, if I do my makeup in the evening I will also count that as a look. So for example I might decide to do a look a couple of evenings with this to try and get my usage up. And then that way also I can experiment with using colours, and then I'm more likely to actually use them on a daily basis. So for example I might, well, just before I take off my makeup, try this on the lower lash line to see if it would have gone with that look, and then I might decide it looks good, and then that way I'll know that that's a eyeshadow look to do with that. I wouldn't count that as a use, but if I sit down and do a completely new look I will count that as a use. So these are the 3 colours that I will be doing for my Pan Those eyeshadows. So just for now I'm going to put this aside with my other palettes that I'm focusing on, and I have got, this will be where I am doing my build your own palettes, and my next video should be me creating a colour story with these 2. But just for now I'm going to put them in here. So I'm going to remove Heavenly because it is a blue shimmer and I don't think that I need another blue shimmer in a little 9 pan. And then I guess I'm going to take out this shade because they look quite similar actually. So I've just slightly changed my colour pop. I don't know if this is going to fit in here actually. Oh yeah, it just about fits in there. So I will build a whole palette in my next video using these 2, but give you my first update just before the end of the year. If you've enjoyed the video, please give it a like and consider subscribing, and if you've got any tips for me as a beginner panner, please leave them down below in the comments section. Any tips would be welcome. And just out of interest, what usage goals do you set for yourself? Do you set the same usage goal for all of your eyeshadows, or do you say, like I've decided to set a lower usage goal for a bright colour that I know I wouldn't use normally, and so therefore even using it 10 times is going to be a challenge? Please let me know down below. Thank you for watching, and I will see you in my next video.